to another gathering of the Gold Key Adventurers Society. Have a seat by the fire as we prepare to help you unlock the secrets of the travel life. From theme park thrills to Purple Mountain's majesty, we want to see it all and do it all, and we want to help you do the same. We all have those bucket list trips, once-in-a-lifetime destinations that we'll get to someday. We're here to help you make your travel dreams a reality. Buy the ticket, take the trip. Where do you want to go?
Come on, now tell me what's on your bucket list. Okay, hey, it's a beautiful day. Okay, hey, it's a beautiful day.
Thank you. This week we're talking about gratitude. From Disney World, theme parks, and travel to our family, friends, and you, we have a lot to be thankful for. Grab the wishbone and pass the mashed potatoes. It's time to hit the trail with the Gold Key Adventurers Society. Welcome back to another meeting of the Gold Key Adventurers Society. My name is Dan Leonard, and joining me this week in the studio is Jess Evans.
Gobble, gobble.
Heather Straight.
Hello.
And Mr. Jeff Williams.
Hi there.
Hi, Jeff.
How have you been?
So great. Thank you.
It feels like it's been at least a week since I've spoken to you.
Couple of days anyway.
Maybe 24 hours.
Yeah, I sure did miss you guys. Your smiling faces. Well, our show, as always, is brought to you by Key to the World Travel. Key to the World Travel is a full-service travel agency specializing in theme parks, cruising, and destinations around the world. Head to www.keytotheworldtravel.com for more details and a no-obligation quote on the vacation of a lifetime. Well, as November winds down and we get closer to our Thanksgiving break, I thought it would be a good idea to take a little while to think about things we're thankful for in our lives as world travelers and as Disney World explorers. First, I'm honestly shocked to be able to say this, but I think that we're all thankful for the state of travel in this second year of the ongoing global pandemic.
At least the peak we're finally at on this roller coaster this year.
And the state that they're actually just, the state that there actually just is travel is always nice, you know.
Yes,
right. Exactly. I think we've all had a pretty stellar year as far as travel opportunities and also as travel professionals.
It's been a lot better than last year. That is very, very true.
But a wild ride, very unpredictable.
Yes, that's true. It's true. As we record, they just today decided to let vaccinated international travelers back into America.
Back in the country, yes.
For the time being, at least. I suppose that's something to be thankful for.
It's true. And they changed the rules, actually, for unvaccinated Americans coming back into the country. They have to get show a negative COVID test within 24 hours of their flight instead of 3 days now.
Seems reasonable.
Mm-hmm, I think so, too. I can't wait until they drop that testing requirement for vaccinated folks.
Americans to return to our own country.
Yeah.
We've done the work. We've went through the effort, and then we have to do more work to pick up the slack for some other people.
I feel like that's coming soon.
I hope so.
I don't know why I feel that way. I just want it to, so I'm willing it into the universe.
Yes.
Putting it up on your vision board, making it happen.
Yes.
That's right.
Either that or Jeff's part of some sort of government think tank that we're unaware of.
He just
It's
practices
the cabal.
He just practices the secret. That's all.
Tom Hanks and I get together at the cabal meetings and talk about this stuff.
We manifest things.
Over a plate of babies.
Oh.
Yep, washing it down with adrenochrome.
I never told you how much I love when people take a noun and turn it into a verb. It's just my favorite thing.
Like what?
Like when Dan said that he gets together for some manifesting, or when people say humaning or visioning.
Adulting.
I hate that. I do like the adulting one. I'll allow that one.
What about weekending?
I don't know that I've ever heard that one.
Well, you should read my brother's Facebook.
I'll do that.
Is this the one who dances naked with the witches?
Mm-hmm.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
That's a yes in my book. Well, and we're thankful and grateful for all of those things.
Of course, all of them. Even the things that annoy me.
if without annoyance, where would you be?
There would be nothing to laugh at.
There'd be nothing to be outraged
And
about.
make fun of.
Without the dark, there is no light.
Ooh, oof.
That was very deep.
We're getting deep these days. That's it.
Reel it in there.
Thank you, Gandalf.
You're going to have to throw in an extra dick joke to make up for that one there, bud. Well, bringing it in a little closer to our bread and butter, is there anything at or associated with Disney World or other theme parks that we like to talk about that either gives you a feeling of gratitude or makes you just stop and say, thank goodness that's a thing that exists?
The crowds. The last couple of times we were there, we looked around and thought, this is crowded. And I figured that somebody in this crowd of people booked their trip with us at Key to the World Travel, and that makes me happy and grateful, because as fun as it was to be in the parks with nobody there and all the breathing room you wanted, you missed the crowds because you knew that people were suffering from crowds not being there.
Yeah.
So the cast members are back and all that. There's a lot that people like to complain about, but I'm just happy and grateful that people are back in those parks.
And certainly having those people there, you don't want it too empty. Otherwise, it loses the feeling of the liveliness.
Yeah, it feels just weird and dead.
Without the hustle or even the bustle.
I like both the hustle
I like all
and the
those
bustle.
things.
I like hustle and bustle, if I'm being honest.
I like a lot of
And
hustle,
reasonable.
but I need moderation in my bustle.
Yeah, you were never a bustle fan.
No.
We figured out when we got to watch a fireworks show with only a couple hundred other people that it's just not the same experience.
Yeah.
It felt flat and weird without having the hundreds of people around you oohing and eyeing and clapping and
Yeah, when a song would end, it just sounded like, yay!
Woo.
Yeah, it just took the energy right out of the whole thing.
At the risk of sounding like those crazy new agey people we were making fun of a minute ago, there is some sort of like magic to the energy of a crowd.
Yes,
that
definitely.
feeds itself, and it does really help the experience.
Yeah, conversely, we watched Harmonious, which I just do. I mean, I would watch it just standing there by myself. It's that
I love
spectacular. But we were right in a big, huge crowd and surrounded by so many people who were seeing it for the first time. And
super Disney
cool.
fans too, way into it.
And pro tip, the best place to watch
Don't
that
you
show
say that.
is not France. Yeah, that used to be one of my favorite places to watch the shows in that lagoon on that bridge. But you have to get to a spot where you can see the full circle of that, whatever that thing is.
The Stargate.
Isn't that
The
where they would do
Stargate,
the dessert parties over there?
They used to, yeah.
They're going to have to find
And
a
if
new
you do
spot.
one of those
'cause-
fireworks cruise things, they would park under the bridge right there.
Yeah, they're going to have to change that because
Yes.
nobody's going to want to pay a premium for that.
Italy, great place.
I was going to say that Italy, that
The
like
Italy,
doctor-
Morocco's good.
Mexico, along there between Mexico and China, would be a great spot. to see
Actually,
that.
Canada's not bad, because the reason France is bad is there's an island between France and that structure
Stargate.
that has trees on it, so you can't see the water and the screens and stuff.
I'm a little
Good to-
surprised that
But I'm
they
grateful
built
for it.
a show that is watched in the round into such a structure that really needs to be seen dead on to get the full effect. It's a little disappointing.
I think you can watch it from not dead on. From any of the sides are good,
Sure.
but France is blocked by trees.
But man, if you see it dead on, it's killer. It really is.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where it's you
Well, it has four
you can
sides.
technically see it from anywhere and get something out of it because it's fireworks, but yeah, to say that it's a complete 360 experience is probably
Exactly,
not right.
because those arms and which
There are 4 identical views, however.
Yeah.
The portal faces 4 ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's smart. That was a good idea. But to go from a globe that, from no matter what place you're at, you've got a good vantage point to it, to basically a flat surface is kind of weird. They could have gone with the technology they have. They could have done some sort of globe again, but just sort of improved it.
But big.
Yeah.
That globe was tiny.
But I am
Basically, they need to
thankful-
remove that island and cut down those
Yes,
trees.
but I am thankful for Harmonious because I think it's much better than Illumination.
Wow.
Well,
Like-
Pocono
Illuminations was
Shark
showing its
Steak
age.
is better than that.
Well, yeah, there's that.
It's funny how many things Jeff would prefer a poke in the eye with a sharp stick.
Mm.
Yeah, I really wouldn't, though. I was being dramatic. That would really hurt.
Yeah. I was going to offer to test that theory out, but
That would be fun.
Yeah, that's no thank you. I'll watch the harmonious or Illuminations.
Yeah.
Well, I know it gets a lot of love on this show and elsewhere, but I will say that I'm very grateful for Josh D'Amaro, a president of Disney Parks who seems to actually really give a shit. And
yeah,
so I mean, we've talked about it before, but yeah, he seems to really be doing things for the right reasons, and hopefully he continues on with the company and that they don't scare him away. But we'll see.
Yeah, I second that. We heard him speak last week, and he's just such a great, motivating, inspirational guy, too.
Yeah.
Great public speaker. And he admits that there are things they can and will do better, but bear with them, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And I'm thankful for Bobby Paycheck because, you know, the whole light and dark thing, everybody needs a villain. So
that's true.
He's easy to poop on. Why not keep him around?
Ew. Is he into that?
Probably.
Oh, guys.
I was just kidding.
I can hear the lawyers coming now.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Remove that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to.
I don't think anything I say could hold up in a court of law, but...
That portion of the show was not brought to you by Key to the World Travel.
Although they sponsor our show, the opinions stated herein are not, those of...
Dan, what are you thankful for at the Disney Parks and Resorts complex?
I was thinking about this, and it's a little more conceptual, but I'm
Lord.
thankful that... I'm thankful that it gives us a place that there exists a place where, I mean, like, not everybody, very few people are the kind of adventurous person who is going to go climb Mount Everest or, even whitewater rafting but the theme parks in all of their various attractions that they have give you a place where you can find your level of comfort and confront that like dangerous edge that makes something adventurous.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
In a setting where it's like totally safe and you know that you're going to come out the other side okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that having that opportunity is really important for adults, and especially for kids, to give them that opportunity to come right up to that edge and have an experience where it's like terrifying and scary and oh my gosh, I might be in danger, but you're not really in danger.
Like your first time riding a really big roller coaster.
Mm-hmm. I love edging.
And especially at theme parks.
Boy.
And soaking.
I was going to say that I'm really thankful for a place where I don't have to act like an adult all the time, and it's socially acceptable.
You don't adulting.
Yeah, it's socially acceptable for a grown man to walk around wearing a goofy hat, and no one thinks you're weird.
Yeah.
Dan's wearing a pretty goofy hat right now.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Yeah. No, I agree. That's the other thing that I was thinking about a lot. It's a place where you can just go and be, and everybody there's a fan and loves the same thing that you love.
Yeah, and it's not odd to see someone walking down a street dressed like Mickey Mouse or, head to toe haunted mansion wallpaper. It's just, we all think it's normal and cool, and we like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that quote that I liked from that awesome Muppet special we watched a few weeks ago where the pig from space is like, I want to go find myself a macho tee with the mouse on it. It's like, well, yeah, go rock your Mickey Mouse shirt.
And I love that Josh D'Amaro is always wearing a Mickey Mouse t-shirt under his blazer in the parks. I mean, I don't think I ever even saw Bob Iger doing stuff like that.
We saw friends that were in the airport that stopped and talked to Josh D'Amaro after he was leaving the conference last week, and he was wearing a jean jacket and a Mickey Ringer tee.
I loved it. So great. And
instead
it's okay.
of a cheap-looking suit.
You can be a serious business person and still wear a Mickey Mouse t-shirt. It's great.
I don't think you can.
Well, we're in trouble then.
Both of your last points were similar to one that I had jotted down. That I'm thankful for that. At the parks, there's so much variety of things to do, so that those that want to get up to the edge of their comfort level and ride all the thrills and all that can. But if you also just want to stuff your face or drink all day or not even go in the parks and just chill at resorts and whatever, there's an adventure there for every level of interest. And I like to take all of those.
That kind of goes with one of the ones that I had, which I'm just thankful for Disney hotels because they're consistently good, and when they're not, they fix it. They make up for it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say I've never had a bad experience at a Disney hotel, but every time I've had something go wrong, I've had them pretty much go above and beyond to fix it. So
yeah,
I like that. I'm kind of a hotel snob. Like if I'm going to go and pay to stay somewhere, I'll pay extra. I want it to be good. So Disney hotels, I can always kind of rely on.
You clearly have not been at the Grand Floridian in a few years.
I don't know. I don't stay at the Grand Floridian because I'm not a grandmother.
Yeah.
Yet.
Hey, I love the Grand Floridian. I just wish they would fix those bathrooms in the rooms at the minimum.
Yeah, the rooms are rough. Actually, the rest of the resort is lovely.
We've said this a few times in the recent weeks that they need to be gutted.
You used to say that about the poly bathrooms, and they finally fixed those. So there is still
true.
hope.
And they're delightful now. So
Yeah.
someday the Grand Floridian will be cool again. Wait, was it ever
It's all
cool?
going to come back around. Victorian weirdness is going to be hip with the kids.
Yeah, sure. You can't beat that location, that's for sure.
Yeah,
that's true.
Now with that walking bridge, that's pretty nice.
I am thankful to have watched my son, who's now 20, grow up with Disney parks and movies and all of that, but especially the parks, to have seen his little dumb 4-year-old face get so excited when he saw his first character in Daisy Duck, to him going on a solo trip with just friends last year for the first time and loving every step of the way, from little rides to big rides to no rides to going with friends and all that. It's been really cool to watch him grow up as a kid of the parks.
Yeah, it gives you a window to a type of magic that's absolutely real. Like there is magic in the world, and you can see that in your kid, whether they're 4 years old or I'm assuming
40.
14 or 24 or whatever.
Yeah. I don't think he'll
84
ever
if
not,
you're
not
lucky
like
enough.
going.
If I live to see my son at 84 years old,
Oof.
someone needs to put me out of my misery because, dear Lord.
Just a pile of
How
dust
old
in a
were you when
wheelchair.
Wyatt was born?
20, carry the 3. I was old. Nearly 30. Nearly 30. Let's say that. How was he? He's 9. I'm 37. So 28.
There you go.
No. So that would
I'm
put me
thankful
at
for all
112.
of the people that my love of Disney have brought into my life.
That was my last point.
Oh, twinsies. And
Yeah.
even the people that we work with who work for Disney destinations, I'm thankful for the friends that I've made in them. I'm thankful that they appreciate when we want to stop at La Cava del Tequila and grab a roadie on the way to a business event and don't judge us for it.
That's right.
and encourage us to do it. And the band of weirdos that I've assembled around me is really great. Just, look at the 4 of us here.
Yeah.
You're some of my favorite weirdos in the world.
My love of the parks brought me all of you and this business and all of these people, good or bad.
Yeah, some of both, but learned a lot from the bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
So that's never a terrible thing.
Like how to hide a body.
In a
what?
Disney park.
Edit that part out.
Wow, that one's
At
impressive.
Disney Park. There's a future show topic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, where would you dispose of a
Where
body?
would you dispose of? It is pretty remarkable. Like, how many topics are there that you can approach a total stranger, and odds are you can probably get a good conversation going with them.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of, if you notice somebody wearing especially a shirt from the theme parks or just a Mickey
Yeah, I
Mouse or
parked.
something. It's
I
like,
parked next to somebody at Target the other day, and we both had our annual pass magnets on our car. And, you know,
And
here
you're
in
not
Richmond,
even from
Virginia, that's
Florida. Yeah.
few and far between. So I got out and I was like, hey, and they were like, hey.
Was it the new ones?
No, it was the old one. They had the old one. I had the new one. So
I haven't gotten the new one.
I finally just
I
got it a
guess I
couple weeks
won't. I
ago.
don't know how that works.
The guy,
Do you annual pass holders have like a secret special wave like Jeep guys have or like motorcycle dudes have when they pass each other?
I used to
Yeah.
have that when I drove a Mini
the
Cooper,
namaste.
and I
Yeah.
don't have that wave anymore now that I don't drive a Mini Cooper. It's kind of sad.
We genuflect when we see each other.
Yes,
It's a very deep bow that we do.
That sounds hazardous when you're behind the wheel.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You're like too low.
I was on a flight from Grand Rapids to Atlanta with a guy. The guy sitting next to me noticed that my Apple Watch face is a Mickey Mouse watch, and his was the exact same watch face. And we started talking about Disney. He was on his way to Dallas, and he was jealous that I was on my way to Orlando, to Walt Disney World. But that was fun.
Yeah, wearing Disney stuff always gets me a conversation started.
And he had nothing else Disney about him. He was wearing a suit. He was on his way to a business meeting, but his Apple
He had an
Watch
extra
had-
wide stance.
Yeah, he was ordering coffee black.
demanding coffee black. Yes. He
Was
stepped
he wearing
up
an ill-fitting suit with no socks?
He was wearing a tight suit with no socks.
Yep.
Yes.
There's
And when he stepped up to the seat, he looked at me and said, I'm right there in 2 Delta. We're what?
oh no.
Sir.
Roger.
So, yeah. If we hadn't been able to strike up that bond over Mickey Mouse, I would have been irritated with him the entire flight.
Yeah.
His demeanor softened when you
Yes.
discovered your mutual love of Disney, I
That
bet.
is correct. I forgave
As
him
did
from
his
all
penis.
his other douchebaggery.
Which apparently
There was
a
a lot.
plethora.
There was
Yes.
It's a plethora.
Well, he
Would
didn't
you
spill
say
any
it is
coffee
a
on
plethora?
me. He didn't move my luggage to make room for his own. So he wasn't all bad.
Top new episode topic is flying manners. We need to get into that.
We've
Unless we already did one of those.
we've
last
aired our grievances a few times.
We
but-
had
been
their
like
grievances, yeah.
it's been like a year and a half since actually we did a flying show like number 5.
Mhm, it was very
it's time to
early on.
revisit.
time. I didn't listen.
Yeah, it was
back
just
then.
Heather and I.
Yeah.
We managed that one.
well,
need
now
to
we
get-
can add new ones like stop beating up the flight attendants. And
Yes.
Yeah,
Put your damn
Quit
mask
being a
on.
mask hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you may be hauled off the plane by federal authorities. That's always fun.
Mhm.
I don't want to do that.
I'm thankful for drinking around the world, that it's a
Ooh.
thing that is socially acceptable to do at Walt Disney
Yeah,
World.
that goes right along with my next one.
Let's
That
hear
I'm
it.
thankful for transportation options where I don't have to drive.
Yes.
That lends itself very nicely to day drinking.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know this about me, but I love drinking.
We might have
Especially at a
alluded
Disney
to that
park.
once or twice.
Look, when there are multiple options throughout the parks to get coffee drinks spiked, basically like at opening, that's an invitation. That's
hmm
like them
Breakfast
saying
drinks.
you need to do that, and I happily oblige.
And it'd be rude to turn down.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to offend the mouse. That's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Have a
super
drink, pal.
I'm super thankful for the shrimp and grits at Tiffin's. I just need to throw that out again. It's
So good.
literally the best thing to eat in the parks.
They used to have a really good shrimp and grits at the Brown Derby, too.
Yeah, and they got rid of
Not
it,
on the menu. Oh, it's heartbreaking.
and I won't go back
Hey,
till
you
they
can
do.
still order it. It's a secret item.
Is it?
No, I have no idea.
Oh,
Yeah,
Why would they remove that, though? That's
I don't
weird.
know. It's so
because it was
good.
not
there like a
thankful for
year
that.
ago. So, I mean, I had it when I ate there with you guys, so
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't even that long
That's
ago.
probably been like 3 years, and it feels like one.
I know. Now that
true.
I keep doing that with the pandemic, it'll be like, oh, when this all started, like 6 months
Last year,
ago. And you're
everything
like,
pre-pandemic is just last year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Turn around and
I'm
my
thankful
son's
for the
like getting
pandemic.
married. You're thankful for the pandemic.
Well, you interrupted. The pandemic being over completely in Florida.
Yes.
As it has been since approximately March.
March of 2020.
19.
Over before it started.
hmm
Thank God for that governor they got down there.
It does seem like it's waning, and little kids can get.
Yeah, I think it's now that we're at the point that just about everyone can get vaccinated. We're finally going to get to a point where COVID is just around, and if you choose to protect yourself from it, you choose to, and if you choose not to, you might die.
Roll those dice.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. We need to stop thinking of after the pandemic.
Yeah.
And just
Really, I mean, it's not going to
in
go
the
away.
pandemic times, in the times of the plague.
Yeah, you can do some things to keep yourself from getting super sick and ending up in the hospital, or you cannot. And everybody has to make that choice, I guess. I'm going to go get a shot every 6 months if I have to.
I'm getting one every 6 hours.
Good idea.
I order them from Uber Eats all the time now. Have them delivered.
Wouldn't that be great? I'll take-
Wasn't that in New Zealand when you ordered KFC? They were going to bring
Yes.
a vaccine with them.
Just
to-
put it in the
is
chicken
true.
so I can eat it and
Yeah.
get it in me.
That's the 12th herb and spice.
It's our new 6-piece bucket and a vaccination. Comes with a biscuit.
Everything is better with a biscuit.
It's funny how much the Colonel sounds like the Tiger King.
He really does.
I will never financially recover from this.
Illegitimate son? Not gonna say.
Who took my chicken? That bitch Carol Baskin.
Oh, I gotta say I do miss that part of the early days of the pandemic.
Well, there's
Oh,
a new
that was
a
new
new
to us.
series coming out. There's a sequel to the show coming out
What's
soon.
the
So
sequel going to be about? He's in jail
all of the characters and what happened to him after the show came out, apparently.
I
Yeah, I
wish
don't
I
know.
could go back and watch that again for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just feels icky now.
Yeah.
It was such a ride at the time, but now that you know more about all those people,
Yeah.
it just feels
Ugh,
not
yeah.
as fun.
icky.
Gross.
Yeah, we were in a fever dream. We all got a pass on that one. We enjoyed it for a few months, and now
I was living high off Animal
We don't know what to talk
Crossing
about.
and Tiger King. It was it was a halcyon time in the pandemic. But
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. I'm thankful for Mexico. So I had somewhere to
Yes.
go. All the parks were closed and nothing was cruising and all of that. So I got to go to Mexico 9
Also
times during the
tacos and tequila.
that's got to be some sort
and
of
that
record.
that business kept us afloat basically too.
It did.
I like floating.
Me too. It's my favorite. I like it better than sinking.
Typically, that's the better.
And
direction
honestly,
to
I'm
move it.
thankful for how quickly the theme parks were able to open back up. It felt like an eternity that Disney was closed for 4 months, but they were able to open back up and start welcoming guests back, well before other destinations. Europe is
and
still
have
kind of
done
dicey.
it safely.
Yeah.
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 Cruising
Well, yeah,
is
that's
only
the
just now getting back, and it's hard to get people on ships, but we've been sending people to the parks for a year.
A year, more than a year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. That there's some little details that we complain about now that we wish would be different or wish would go back to a different way, and it felt like so long waiting for them to open up, but like it was worth that wait because they obviously figured some stuff out so that they wouldn't have massive outbreaks tied to the parks or all that. So that was definitely a good thing.
Mhm. And I'm thankful I invested in plexiglass barriers just before the pandemic hit.
Now you're a
Can you
plexiglass
imagine?
millionaire.
That's right.
Once I realized
Not
that the little metal pieces and all the paper masks are actually, if you open it up, it's just the old twist ties
Bread
from
wire.
bread wire. Yeah.
Really?
It's like, man, somebody finally got their pay in that. They were like, oh, nobody uses this for bread anymore. Wait, what? You need them for masks? This is great. I got a truck
I got a
full.
warehouse full.
Finally.
So did you really cut one open to see what it is?
Yeah. I don't know. I was like picking at it, sitting in the car waiting for my wife, and it just pulled it out. And I was like, wait, it's still in the little paper and everything.
It's a
Oh, it
bread
is.
tie.
Amazing.
That's it. I'm cutting something open.
It might have just been that mask, but I think this is just paper mask. Don't cut your fabric
Oh, the
mask.
surgical mask.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got a whole pack of those.
Yeah, this is the disposable ones. Is that a Vans
Those weren't
mask?
fancy enough.
It
Mhm.
is.
That's nice.
Sure is. I didn't know it was in here. I'm going to wear it now.
Be careful going through your
I'm in
son's
my-
drawers there.
Yeah. You might want to give that a wash.
Just to
first.
further clarify, that I'm sitting at his desk, everybody. The drawers of his desk. Dan's not thankful for anything.
I've been kind of jumping on the bandwagon of all the things all y'all are thankful for.
Dan's thankful that somebody's driving the bandwagon.
That's right, because I didn't have a lot of time to think about things I was thankful for.
I'm thankful that this show is finding an audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. That was, man.
Thanks, Larry,
Look at
our audience.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Get her done.
It really is a
TM.
bread tie.
Yeah, it's a bread
Look
tie.
at that.
Who knew?
Everybody, tear open your masks at home. Pull out the bread ties.
I had to go and cut open a surgical mask, and sure enough, this looks exactly like what a bread tie looks like.
And now they use those dumb square clips for bread
Right. When was the last time you got
Oh,
bread that
yeah.
was actually with a twist like that?
at
The only
Aldi.
place to
The
see the
kind,
twist
the
is in
kind
the
I buy
produce
has
department.
the twist eyes on it.
I'm surprised they even closed the bread at Aldi. Let's be honest. They probably have that one employee that works there just holding it closed and walks it out to your car, and he's like
I
handing
hope
it to
someone
you.
buys this soon.
He's like, I got to run back inside and run the register and clean the aisles. Poor guy.
You got like a select size loaf that way. I just need 3 slices.
There you go, sir.
Listen, the dough's kind of warm. If you put it on your dashboard on a hot day, it'll finish by the time you get home.
Sir, your finest heels from your loaves.
You know what, though? That's the best place to be a cashier because they sit in a stool. On
That's
a stool.
true.
For the
Not
5
in the
seconds
store,
they're
that'd be
allowed to do
gross.
that. And then they have to run back to do something else.
No,
I bet
they,
you they are.
they sit
thankful
there a
for
long
their
time.
stool.
Chook, chook. It's a good setup.
I sit down a lot at my job, too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot less bread, though. I meant like baked bread.
Oh, not money.
No, I'm all right.
I'm comfortable.
I'll make a living.
It's a living.
I was waiting for that. To Jeff's point, I sure am thankful for all of our fans and listeners. Y'all stuck with us through the worst time that travel and theme parks had in a long time when we
And
didn't have a
podcasting.
lot of.
We talked
that
about
too.
all the stuff you can do at home while you can't
Yeah,
travel.
I mean, we sure pulled some stuff out of our butts because there wasn't a lot of new stuff to talk about
Remember
at all.
when we talked, just read recipes of Disney drinks?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I bet you some of y'all were listening back then, and you're still listening, and that makes me feel really.
Thank you, Mom.
thankful that-
It's not my wife.
oh,
Now everyone knows how to make a lapu, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was
Oh,
worth
man.
it.
maybe we need to have another episode like that, so I have an excuse to make more lapu.
That's
No.
Yeah. But yeah, so you've brought us through the other side where you've helped us grow our show, audience size, and I think we've all gotten a lot better at doing this in the past.
Jess has not.
Yeah, no, I still suck at it, but
I didn't want to hurt his feelings on air. We were going to have a performance review after we hung up, but all right then. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I'm the charity case of the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Not just the show.
you.
Ouch.
Hey,
Wow.
someone's got to bring the voices and the dick jokes. The last thing that I was thankful for is that I'm really thankful for this show and that I get to make this weird, wonderful thing with you guys, my close friends, and we just have fun and we talk about the things that we love. And the fact that a couple of years ago when y'all were getting ready to launch Theme Park Professor, we were at a business dinner
Hey,
in air
Put
quotes
those
with
air
Heather
quotes away right now, man.
because it was officially a business dinner. Because I said, "Hey, Heather, do you want a podcast to go with that blog?" And she said yes, and took a
Yeah.
chance on this thing. And I'm
What's
really
a
grateful
podcast?
Right? Yeah, I'm really thankful that you made that decision and that I get to do this with you guys.
We went out and got you some microphones.
There you go. Yeah.
No, they weren't good enough for you, Dan, but, you know.
I still have
Nice
mine.
job.
Yeah.
Heather and Jess
My
still
cord
use
is
theirs.
broken, but I still have it.
I still have mine. I look at it every so often.
It's in a little display case. Memories.
My first microphone.
Someday it'll be in the Smithsonian.
Yes.
I think this is
Right next
number
to the
3
Ruby
that I'm
Stores.
on.
What
Yeah.
are you doing to those microphones?
I don't know. I've had this one for the whole time.
Breaking them. What'd you say? I couldn't hear you for the weed eater in the background. Oh, wait, that's your microphone.
He's been doing some ASMR TikToks on the side.
I'm so grateful that I get to listen to that every week.
Every week.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
bye.
I got a new cord coming. Get off my back.
We love you. Just like, well, you know.
Do we?
You don't have to.
Yeah. Once again, let's save that for off the air.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya.
Okay, now turn the volume down so it's behind me while I'm doing the outro. You can keep singing if you want.
No, that's all I know of it.
No.
He doesn't know the rest of the words.
I mean,
There
I think
are
it's,
other
oh
words?
Lord, Kumbaya.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, there's verses actually. I think
Yeah,
it's
really?
I like the Guadalcanal Diary version of that.
Anyway. Thanks for hanging out with us again this week. If you're excited to explore any of the amazing destinations that make up our world, Key to the World Travel has an oversized Thanksgiving cornucopia full of hundreds of expert travel planners who are ready to make your vacation dreams a reality. Head to www.keytotheworldtravel.com to get started with a no-obligation quote. Don't forget to catch up with our friend, the Theme Park Professor, for all the latest theme parks news and tips at www.themeparkprofessor.com. Word of mouth is the best way to help us grow our show. If you have a friend or two who you think would appreciate our special brand of globe-trotting jackassery, tell them what makes our show so great and send them our way. You can find links to subscribe to the show on your favorite apps and all the latest updates at www.goldkeyadventures.com. We can't wait to hang out with you again next week. We'll see you real soon.
I'm thankful that there's no flows at Walt Disney World.
Ooh. I'm thankful that there's no flows on the East Coast.
I'm thankful that flows exist so we can have this running joke for 2
Every
years. on our show.
single
You're dead to
week.
me. There's no reason to be thankful for flows.
I wouldn't go bragging about that.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
To ask a question or share your travel story, you can reach us by smoke signal, carrier pigeon, or send an email to goldkeyadventurers@gmail.com. And make sure you follow the Gold Key Adventure Society on Facebook and Instagram. A huge thanks to our sponsor, Key to the World Travel. For all your travel planning needs, visit www.keytotheworldtravel.com for a free quote and help planning the trip of a lifetime. Tell them the Gold Key Adventurers sent you. That's www.keytotheworldtravel.com. Key to the World Travel, your key to a magical vacation. Thanks to Outer Vibe for the use of their song Hoka Hey for the intro and outro of our show. Find them on Facebook at The Outer Vibe or check out www.outervibe.com for tour dates, music, merch, and more. We'll see you next week for another meeting of the Gold Key Adventure Society. And until then, remember, life is short and the world is wide. So go have an adventure.